Rambo's POV, so POV shot through Rambo's eyes. A view of the shoreline as brown children splash naked in the shallows, where a row of hooches march uphill on stilts. The squeals and laughter come clearly across the water. Rambo turns his gaze to the sampan interior. Two of Kin's men, Ko and Brewer, all sleep soundly. Rambo watches Ko, her face serene in sleep, childlike, beautiful. Dissolved to exterior CA River, late afternoon. The water is coppery, silhouetting the sampan as it churns on. Kin's wife squats on the foredeck, smoking a long-stemmed clay pipe, dissolved to exterior sampan sunset. The walnut-faced woman hands Rambo 2 pulls of Nakman. He passes one to Brewer. Rambo says, "Have same armpit sauce?" Brewer groans, opens the sea ration can. Rambo to Ko. "How did you get started working for the spooks?" Ko replies, "Spooks?" Rambo corrects his translation. "Intelligence work." Ko says, "Oh, they talk to me at university before fall Saigon, make deal." Brewer replies, "Everybody's making deal." Ko says, "My brother, captain in ARVN, needed papers to go to the United States, or North Vietnamese will execute. They make deal. I stay here and do work. My brother and my son can go to United States, so that my brother and son can go to United States." Rambo says, "Your son?" Ko's eyes drop, and her whole demeanor deflates slightly. Ko replies, "Nguyen. He 12 now. Not see him for 8 years." Rambo says, "Where's his father?" Ko shrugs. "Dead or killed in the war." Her voice and expression convey the fatalistic acceptance of one who has seen death in all forms. Expects it as an element of daily life. Rambo says, "Where's Nguyen now? What city?" Ko replies, nodding his concern, "Huntington Beach, California." Rambo replies, trying to calm her, "It's nice there. He's probably digging every minute. Probably got a surfboard. Breaking girls' hearts." Ko, distractedly, "Nguyen is a good boy." Ko gazes at the sunset beyond the door. A tear runs down her cheek. She catches herself, wipes it away almost brutally. She abrupts, then goes on deck. There's a joke in there from David Morrell's book too, where they say, when Rambo says she's probably got a surfboard, and she replies, "What's a surfboard?" That's how much the culture is different. Anyway, Ko gazes at the sunset beyond the door. Oh yeah, I read that part, sorry. Brewer pipes in. "Some hardened guerrilla fighters they gave us." Rambo freezes him out with an evil look. Suddenly there is a commotion on deck, the roar of a powerful engine. Ko bursts in a moment later. "River Patrol!" A fast launch roars towards them, silhouetted by the setting sun. Uniformed soldiers on deck bring twin 50 caliber machine guns to bear. Rambo and Brewer dive under filthy bunks, lock and load their weapons. Ko pushes junk in over them. Kin rips open the cabinet, slams the shaft of the rocket grenade launcher. Slams the shaft of a rocket grenade into the launch tube. Ko barks an order at him. He hesitates, lowers the weapon. Ko removes a small packet of North Vietnamese bills from inside her blouse and hands it to Kin. The patrol boat up in the arc. Exterior sampan, with the patrol boat up in the arc, almost swamping them. The soldiers on deck wear uniform of the Vietnamese army. The deck gunner racks the bolt of his RPK machine gun. The captain shouts, "Rapid Vietnamese," on a loud hailer. Kin's men lounge on the sampan adolescently, looking like fishermen on an evening trawl. The scrawny woman feeds an infant off of one sagging breast. The patrol captain draws his service pistol and jumps down into the sampan. Entering the cabin, Ko sits demurely on the bunk as Kin greets the officer. The officer begins poking through Kin's possessions. He tugs at a crate under the bunk where Rambo lies concealed. Tight on Rambo. Absolutely motionless, the crate beside his head moves. The officer's boot is visible through a widening crack. An argument in Vietnamese is being heated up. Brewer grips the Mac 11 tightly releasing grip releases, sweat running into his eyes. The officer looks severe as he contemptuously thumbs through a sheaf of bills. Kin, gesticulating pathetically, adds some much more money to the stack, in reluctance. After a tense moment, the officer kicks the crate next to Rambo and stalks out, tucking the payola into his tunic. He jumps off the sampan, and the patrol boat roars on. Interior, a sampan. Rambo and Brewer allow themselves to exhale. Rambo says, "What are you doing, Brewer?" Brewer is shaken. "I need a vacation." Exterior rainforest, prison camp, night. With co-leading Rambo and Brewer more fruitively along the tortuous trail. It has rained recently, and the forest is alive with glistening reflections, dripping water. The trail winds up a steep embankment. As they reach the top of the rise, camera booms up over the shoulder of the embankment to reveal a compound beyond the dark, except for the moonlight. Everything's dark now except for the moonlight. Rambo watches from concealment in the foliage. He is invisible with his camo makeup except for his darting eyes. Rambo, POV shot, looking through Rambo's eyes again. Looking between the leaves, scanning the prison camp. Two shabby wooden guard towers stand at diagonally opposite corners of the compound. There is a simple fence of barbed wire on wooden posts enclosing the area, and a main gate with a sentry box. 3 wooden barracks from a U filling in most of the compound. The place seems deserted. Rambo says, "Check the tower with your scope." Brewer rises the rifle, sighting through the massive starlight scope. Brewer, POV shot, telephoto. So we're looking through the scope now. The image is bright, lurid, black and white with a greenish cast, like contrast daylight. He pans up the tower. A Russian-made PK 7.2mm machine gun sits pointing skyward. The tower seems unoccupied. Brewer says, "Nobody home. Wait a minute. Cigarette." A brief glow of a light illuminates the face of a tower guard hidden in the shadows. Brewer says, "What's he here for?" Nearby, another guard saunters out of the forest dressed in NVA regular private uniform. With his sleeves rolled up, his AK-47 is slung over his shoulders. Brewer slips the telescope microphone out of his rucksack, clamps it to the side of his scope. He slips on a pair of small earphones and pans the rifle scope mic over the nearest barracks unit. Brewer says, intently, snoring, 5, 6 guys, mumbling, Vietnamese, somebody talking in his sleep, a toilet flushing. Rambo replies to him, guard barracks, take some shots. Brewer locks a 35mm SLR camera to an adapter on the starlight scope. He starts clicking off some shots. Brewer then scans along the hut across the compound and says, breathing, moaning, suddenly, shit. He whips off the earphones in a pain as a loud scream echoes across the camp. It fades into a delirious moaning, then stops. Rambo nodding grimly. Bad dreams. Prisoners. Barracks. Shoot some. Brewer clicks away. A tiny engine whirring draws their attention to the main gate where a young woman on a Lambretta scooter pulls up to the sentry shack. Brewer zeroes in on her as she greets the gate guards. Co pipes up. Cyclo girl, whore from village. Business low there. Rambo takes the earphones, listening to the girl's distant chattering. She's making him a pretty good deal. Apparently the guard agrees because he opens the gate and the girl slips inside. Rambo replies again. What's that? By the far tower. Brewer pans to the distant shape. It's a guy in a cage. Rambo asks, American? Brewer says, can't tell. Pretty tall. He's real scrunched up in that thing. Rambo says, let me see. POV through Rambo looking through the scope now, POV shot. The image is of an emaciated figure slumped in a bamboo cage. The man's skin is a ghostly white. He seems almost like a living skeleton, dressed only in ragged shorts. His wrists are clamped in a wooden stock, and blood runs down his arms from abraded sores. The image zooms closer, moves onto his face, tight. Though gaunt and filthy, he is clearly Caucasian. Rambo says, round eye. Brewer pipes in, all right, home run. Rambo angrily, torture cage. Can't stand, can't sit, for days, sometimes weeks. Brewer replies to Rambo, bastards, let's get some shots. On Rambo, moving slowly in as he hands the kludge back to Brewer. Rambo replies, that guy's not going to make it. Brewer says, nothing we can do, man. Rambo decides in that moment and replies to Brewer, I'm getting him out of there. Brewer replies, what? Are you crazy? We're supposed to take pictures and split. You're going to blow this whole program. Rambo says, you've never been in one of those things. Brewer says, I suppose you have. Rambo holds his wrists up right under Brewer's nose, showing him the chafing scars. Brewer replies, it's orders, you remember. When they tell you how to do something and then you do it, John Wayne is dead, man. Rambo, rising to his feet, replies, you take pictures and split. I'm going in. Brewer throws down his rifle. He's apoplectic. I don't know what that word means. He can barely form words. Fuck it, Christ. Key rice. Then a low grin spreads. How we gonna do it? Cut to exterior camp perimeter later. Moving with Brewer as he belly crawls to the edge of the cleared area, just a few yards from the wire. He is right under one tower, hidden from ferns. Brewer, POV through telescope, as Rambo's silhouette crosses the wire further down. Exterior compound, dollying with Rambo, the camera now, it's going with Rambo. At ground level, as he crawls under the wire and undulates from shadow to shadow. He reaches the nearest building, hugs it. Rambo moves on in silence. He is barefoot, the pale skin smeared with mud. He carries only the pistol crossbow, without the pack, harness, or grenades to clatter. He moves like a spirit in the material world. Rambo raises one eye slowly over a window ledge. Inside, several guards sleep soundly under mosquito netting. Their rifles are stacked against the far wall. Angle on guard, snoring ludicrously loud. He bats out a mosquito, grunts, and turns over.